Kicks Country 92.9, number one for new country. That's Chris Jansen and Fix a Drink. And then, of course, let somebody else do the driving. That's the important part. 932 at Kicks Country 92.9. Oh, I know somebody who would agree with me on that. And we're about ready to talk to him, I should say, here in a moment with Bruce L. Scheiner and Ask the Lawyer coming up. Now, if you have ever submitted a question for Ask the Lawyer before, maybe today's the day you're going to get an answer to that question. I hope so. On the other hand, if you'd like to submit a question, I'm going to tell you how to go about that coming up in a moment as well. But first, I need you to help me welcome the man of the hour, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How are you doing this morning?
Terrific. And how are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking.
You are always doing excellent. Every time I speak to you, I hear nothing but positivity. How do you stay so positive?
There's no other choice.
I'm glad that you put it that way, because that's a good way of looking at it, frankly. If you determine there's no other choice, there's no other choice. Then again, some people fall into trouble sometimes, and they need professional help. I think this is the perfect example with this email that's in my hand here. Are you ready to dive into today's question?
I'm ready, Todd.
All right, here we go. It says the following. My daughter and her family were driving to spend a few days at the attractions in Orlando when she was involved in multiple car and tractor-trailer accident on I-4. Her car flipped over and landed in the median. My daughter and her 5-year-old daughter were both taken by ambulance to the hospital with serious injuries. The reports on the news indicated that several witnesses thought one tractor-trailer driver was speeding and switching lanes, causing the multi-car accident. We don't know who struck my daughter's car. She has full insurance, and her husband thinks they should leave things to the insurance company. I think this situation will be complicated, and the insurance company may try to minimize my daughter's claim. Could you ask your lawyer friend to explain why my daughter shouldn't wait to contact a lawyer? Well, usually the question is, should I contact a lawyer? I think in this case, Mom is pretty well set on doing so. Just how long should she wait? What do you say about this, Bruce?
I think the first thing they need to do is contact an experienced personal injury lawyer. Mm-hmm. This is a very complicated accident. They don't even know who.
Right.
So there's just a lot of factors. First of all, they're on I-4, which is one of the most dangerous roads in the United States.
Always under construction, it seems.
Always under construction, always multiple accidents.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's mention of the tractor-trailer speeding.
Right.
They need to immediately, again, hire an experienced personal injury lawyer, put the trucking company on notice not to do anything to the truck.
Mm-hmm.
So they could download the black box to determine if the truck was speeding. They need to get an investigator out to the scene in order to see what they could find out, see if there's any videos of the accident. There's just numerous things that they need to do in order to be able to, number one, determine who caused the accident and
right.
be able to pursue that party.
Right.
The idea to wait to hear from the insurance company isn't on their side. Insurance company isn't looking to pay them as much money for restitution as they're entitled to because of this serious accident. So they need someone on their side that's working for them.
Well, she says, I'm worried the insurance company may try to minimize my daughter's claim. But that's what they do. That's what adjusters' jobs are, to get the claim to the lowest possible dollar figure.
Exactly.
And that's I'm not even saying that critically. That's just what their job is.
Sure, they're in business to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they make money is to pay out as little money as they can.
Right. She says here, we don't know who struck my daughter's car. And I think there's some thinking that perhaps it was the tractor-trailer that may have caused the whole thing. Would the truck have necessarily needed to contact her car in order to be responsible, or as the start of, say, a chain reaction accident, would that also be a responsibility for the truck and the truck driver?
Yeah. If the truck's negligence by speeding or changing lanes initiated a multiple car accident, and that's what ultimately caused her crash, the truck would still be responsible.
I see.
So that's why it's so important, again, to get out and investigate.
All right.
You know, one of the things I do is I'm on the Florida Highway Patrol Advisory Council.
Okay.
And I could tell you that our troopers are overwhelmed with accidents and things to do. They do a tremendous job at investigating and do the best they can, but there are so many accidents that they have a hard time keeping up with everything that's happening.
Right.
So that's why they need to hire a personal injury firm with investigators that could go out there and piece things together and do the best they can.
Right.
So we had a case in Naples with a motorcyclist, and there were witnesses that claimed the motorcyclist was at fault. But we sent our investigators down there where we found someone, who wasn't biased and saw the whole thing and put the blame on the other party. So it's tremendously important to get out there and investigate and find out what you can.
Okay. And it all begins with a phone call to a professional who can certainly advise you of your rights and take a look at your insurance. It says here she has full insurance. Take a look at her insurance, see exactly what she has, and kind of go from there.
Exactly.
Bruce, with a 5-year-old girl in the car here, I was hoping you'd have an answer like this.
Well, I'm happy to help, and each week your questions get more challenging.
Well, you can thank, unfortunately, the unfortunate listeners who send these in, but we're glad to be able to provide a ray of hope in a situation like this for sure. Bruce, thank you again. Please say hi to the family, and we'll look forward to talking to you next Wednesday.
I'm looking forward to. Thank you, Todd.
All right, take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Now, if you have a question that you'd like to submit, I'm going to tell you how to do that. Simply go to the website, and then all you have to do is type Bruce in the keyword search box. On the other hand, if it's a situation like we just heard about, that requires more immediate attention. Don't wait. Call the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner at 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. And tell them that Todd sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.